Hello, hello, and welcome back as we whip out the dentist drill and continue to grind away at the decayed enamel that is our quest for the volunteer. And to be honest, this shit is starting to feel a lot like a 7-cavity trip to the dentist, just an interminable amount of high-pitched whining, inadequate anesthesia, and a drill boring into the tenderest of tender bits. The only thing missing really is a nitrous oxide overdose and a little surreptitious sexual assault, am I right? What? Your dentist doesn't fondle you while you're stoned out of your gourd on laughing gas? Really? The hell kind of rinky-dink operation are you supporting? I mean, why would you suffer all the pain and indignity of a fucking root canal if you weren't going to get a friendly little grope at the end? I mean, that's just crazy. No happy ending? That's nuts. It'd be like going to the doctor, getting a shot, and then not getting your lollipop. It's just, that's all wrong-headed priorities right there. It's kind of fucked up. Anyway, speaking of root canals, let's say we head up to Mission Control here, get to scanning, and see if we can't get our personal root canal over and get one step closer to maybe having somebody who can use the Gollop chamber. Panic Cross back on duty. The United Kingdom wants 20 Thin Man corpses, to which I'm going to have to say, no, United Kingdom. Thin men are probably the one thing I won't squander. Squander like a sailor on shore leave. So, nope. Maybe next time. Back to scanning. This is interesting. So we have an abductor here over China, and we could probably shoot this down. If we fling the Moose at it, I have every confidence that Moose will bring this craft to the ground. The problem is, Moose is a little loose on the cannons. Ooh, I kind of like that. Moose is loose, loose on the cannons. This year, the Moose is loose. In theaters this fall. The Moose is back and looking for revenge. Rocky and Bullwinkle hunt down and kill Boris and Natasha in the most brutal Grindhouse film since, well, Grindhouse. This fall, the Moose is loose. Kind of like that. Anyway, I don't think we can trust Moose to not explode this. And it is an abduction mission, which means it's going to land, so we're going to get an intercept whether we send anybody up or not. Since I want the mission more than I want a blown-up UFO and a bounty, because I have no use for cash at the moment, I think probably our smart move here is to just let this one land. So we're going to send old Shotgun Steinhoff up here, take a few token pokes at the abductor, and probably bail out the first time he gets hit, which is going to be probably the first shot, since he's a terrible pilot.
Enemy is padlocked.
And then just when it lands, go ahead and mess with the thing. So there we go. You can go ahead and bail out now. Nicely done, Steinhoff. You got fucking halfway destroyed in a single volley. That's some fine piloting, sir. Fine piloting. Not sure how you actually graduated flight school. I'm gonna have to go back and review your records, Steinhoff. I think maybe Steinhoff was like a 5th-year senior who got redshirted his first term out because, you know, he threw for 600 yards a game. Couldn't actually fly a plane, but, you know, Air Force really wanted to beat Navy that year. Anyway, let's look at this abduction.
Commander, we're receiving several urgent requests for
Is that a
assistance.
fact?
There are abductions in progress at each marked site on the
Yeah, that
Hollow
was
Road.
sort of a calculated decision on my part, Bradford. I kind of tanked that one on purpose. And you can call me a cheesy point shaver if you like, but, well, when the mob tells you to do a thing and you're in deep to the mob for 60 yards, you sort of got to do what they tell you. I mean, at least if you like your fucking knees, you got to do what you tell you. I always wondered if you had, like, a knee replacement, and the mob was like, we're gonna break your knees, if you could just be like, yeah, you know what, go for it. What do I care? Although I guess you'd suppose you'd run into the whole Chevy Chase from Dirty Work scenario where after the mob cuts your thumbs off or breaks your knees, you fucking still owe them the money. So probably better to just do what you're told. Anyway, let's get a crew together. This is gonna be an abduction mission, so we can have a sniper lead this, and I'm wholly comfortable with that. I think Commander Robin Rihanna Fenty is gonna be the ideal solution to this particular problem. Possibly the first time those words have ever been uttered in the history of mankind. That Robin Rihanna Fenty is the perfect solution to any problem. Plasma Sniper Rifle for Rihanna. We're going to give her, of course, a scope, laser sight, high-capacity mags. She's ready to take her team in and put some foot to ass. I don't suppose the Rat is available, is he? No. John Rat Leguizamo is, in fact, sleepy after his last effort on his last mission, which stands to reason. The Rat actually did quite a fine job for us. No complaints. So I guess we'll send old Shia McBuff McBeef here. Wendy's reminding you 2015, also the year to buff the beef. Now at your local Wendy's, Shia McBuff reminding you buff the beef. Now at Wendy's, buff the beef. Little, we probably don't need Archangel Armor on Shia McBeef LaBeouf here. Let's actually give Shia our we'll save that for an engineer. I was going to say we'll give him his Vortex Armor, but that'll be better suited for an engineer. Let's just go with Titan Armor. Little bit of, we can give Shia McBeef LaBeouf here a real gun. I think the Beef is buff enough to handle the big boy gun. So, Plasma Rifles, Battle Scanners, Medkits. McBeef is sorted. Infantry Trooper, we definitely need one, and I think we have an Infantry Trooper who needs Psychic EXP, right? Probably like a Tay Diggs. We do, in fact, have Tay Diggs. Alright, Tay Diggs, what are you looking like? You're 200 short, so you probably won't make it this mission, but you're getting there. You're getting there. If anybody could use Vortex Armor, actually, it's probably you, Tay Diggs. You're slow as dirt. You know what? We're going to give Tay Diggs the Vortex Armor. Engineer be damned. Tay Diggs is too damn slow already. Let's go ahead and buff both his psychic powers and his foot speed simultaneously. And we are going to get a twofer out of Tay as well. Like to call the old double action here. Double action like a revolver, not like, double penetration or anything of that sort. Just, we're getting double upped here. Psychic EXP, regular EXP. Tay Diggs on his way to becoming both a Master Sergeant and capable of causing the enemy to miss more shots with Distortion Field, in all likelihood. Then again, I'm not sure how anyone could ever hit Tay Groovy Diggs. I mean, you might hit on Tay Groovy Diggs. I don't know how you could ever bring yourself to physically strike the man. He is a stunning specimen of humanity. What else do we need? Gunner. Yeah, let's find one. Got Taylor Moose, Lautner, Nikki Crater, Minaj. Is Katie Firework Perry ready for a little action? I know you're saying out there, oh, Katie Perry's always ready for action. But in this case, she's actually fatigued from her recent exertions, so we're going to have to let her pass. We haven't taken Paris Porno Hilton on a mission in a good goddamn long time. And I really feel this is a good opportunity to take Paris Porno Hilton out and kind of give her a night on the town. Sort of blow her hair back, let her, kick up her heels a bit. Probably literally in Paris's case. Not that there's anything wrong with kicking up your heels a little bit if you're Paris Hilton. Everybody deserves a little sexual gratification now and then. Paris as much as the next person. So we'll give her a Plasma Nova gun, a scope, a laser sight, and some high-capacity mags. And hope she holds off on the whole kicking up her heels thing until the aliens are dead, at the minimum. I'd hate to have one of our other troopers sidelined because they were busily engaged with Miss Hilton. So, keep it in your pants until the mission is over, Paris, and then, we got 5 days of fatigue time and all bets are off. You can do whatever you want after that, I don't care. What else do we need here? A scout, an assault trooper, and an engineer, definitively. So let's fill those slots. Reb Brown is tired. Tara Reid, I know, is in the tube. Do we have another scout that needs Psychic EXP? I don't think we do. Or if we do, it's like Madonna, and therefore not somebody we really want to bother with. Yeah. I don't foresee us investing heavily in the future of Madonna, mostly because she's like 8,000 years old, and honestly, her future can't be that much longer. So, and a Big Gun's gun is potential, as is Dominic Purcell. Are you not a Master Sergeant yet? If so, why not? You're actually a good goddamn long way from Master Sergeant Dominic Purcell. And given your propensity for getting shot in the face, I think perhaps we'll give your face a rest. It's suffered enough recently. Let's go with Anna Big Gun's gun instead. Anna Big Gun's gun, actually, lower level and not closer to level, honestly, than old Dominic Purcell. But that's fine. We have a pretty good attrition rate on our scouts. It's not going to hurt to have a couple guys backing us up. Little Archangel armor there for big guns. We'll give her a battle scanner. A chemical grenade might hold us in okay. We might actually need to use that. And a Big Gun's gun, of course, has the foot speed to get wherever the hell we want her. She is one of our fastest troopers, I think, maybe equaled only by the mighty Reb Brown. So that's got her sorted. Let's get ourselves an assault trooper then. Can't help but feel the lack of Willow Devo Smith here, much like I know that Jaden currently feeling the lack. Yet another sister lost to alien action under his watch. It's gotta sting if you're Jaden. It's gotta sting. Where's our... Oh, Dr. Worm is wounded. Alright, well, we were going to take Dr. Worm, but it looks like old Dr. Worm is out of action, and I saw that Charlie Sheen was tired, I believe. Was he not? Mr. Winning, sir? Are you currently winning? Where the hell is Charlie Sheen? No, he's fatigued for 2 days. So I'm guessing... let's take Sir Sidney then. We'll hold Miley, yeah, Cyrus in reserve in case we get some sort of cataclysmic mission that requires the best of the best of the best. Miley easily falling into the category of best of the best of the best, by the way. Shocking as it may seem, it is in fact the case. Walker servos, breaching ammo, of course in case of Muton Berserker, bring breaching ammo. Arc thrower as well for Sir Sidney. Not going to really focus too much on captures on this mission. We actually have some plasma rifles that currently aren't being used. The only thing we might be interested in capturing this mission is a Muton Elite. Still waiting on some of those. Jesse Tool Pusher James could use a little Psychic EXP, I believe. Jesse may be the choice, actually. He's very, very close to his next trip to the tube. Unless we have another better candidate, it's probably going to be Jesse. What about Kesha? Oh. Kesha is close to level 3. This is very tempting. Kesha does have Mind Merge as well, and I think Uncle Jesse... Of course, I refer to Jesse James, not the Uncle Jesse from the Dukes of Hazzard series. That Uncle Jesse, I'm pretty sure, is long dead. This is a tough call, actually, between Kesha and Jesse James. You know, I think we're going to go with Kesha, as strange as it may sound. I think she's... Now, you know what? Kesha is more of an A-team. Kesha is more of a top tier. She's like our S-tier teammate. I think we're going to go with Jesse James, actually. Someone a little less gifted. Yes, and I did just say that Jesse James is less gifted than Kesha. Make of that what you will. Plasma carbine for Jesse. Jesse got a pretty good aim. Yeah, well, we don't have a plasma rifle, or I actually would probably give him one. Archangel armor, plasma carbine, battle scanners. I don't know why Uncle Jesse gets the Archangel armor, probably because Tay Diggs is wearing the Vortex armor, so there you go. Need a mech trooper. Don't really care who this is. Charlie Hunnam, if available. If not, literally anyone else will do. Looks like Charlie is taking a nice little nap for the next 3 days. Could put some regular EXP on Ashley Tycoon Olsen, which wouldn't be a terrible, terrible idea, since Drake, Tay-Tay, and I think Tiger Cougar Woods are all max rank. They are indeed. Ashley Tycoon Olsen, you know, she's not good, but she's good enough. This is just an abduction mission, so we can afford to be a little lenient here. We're gonna go with the sort of a la carte build for Ashley. Proximity mine, regular grenade launcher, electro pulse, and rather than the Illyrium turbos, which I don't really feel we're gonna need, gonna go with the tactical sensors instead for Ashley. Make her a little tougher to hit. And that's got us sorted then. We are locked, loaded, ready to roll. Rihanna, if you would, start this fucking show. I have to assume that Rihanna's going to have a bit of a diva moment here where she refuses to be the opening act for anyone. Rihanna exclusively a fucking headliner, particularly when Kesha is also on the mission.
Strike one. Prepare for landing.
Oh wait, we took Jesse James. Never mind. Sorry, Rihanna. You are clearly the headliner here. I mean, nobody else is going to top her.
We're heading into
Who else is
China
going to
for the
open the
next
show?
operation.
Shia McBeef LaBeouf? Sure, he's a fantastic dancer. I mean, have you seen that Elastic Heart video? Shia McBeef LaBeouf got some fucking
Counting on us
sweet
to
moves.
secure the area.
But I really don't think his interpretive dance is going to steal the show from a mega superstar like Rihanna. It's just not going to happen. She sang backup for Eminem, for crying out loud. Alright, let's get stuck in. I see we are at our favorite laundromat, and I normally would complain about the aliens and make some kind of crack about them being highly desirous of clean clothes, but it's been so damn long since we've been on this map, it's kind of a nice change of pace, so I don't really mind.
Watch your backs out there, people.
It's far, far better than fighting another small UFO in Wisconsin, Argentina. So what do we got here? Man, Paris Hilton, you are so desperately slow, my dear.
Already there.
I'm gonna have Paris take a peek in here, just make sure this room is clear. It is, as it normally is. That room tends to be quite clear. Probably gonna have Anna Big Gun's gun go up, around, and over here with a little bit of battle scanner. Or we would if she could throw one in such a fashion, but since she cannot, let's advance her to the edge. Hey, Diggs.
Yes, sir.
Let's get you closer to the edge as well. Sort of in 30 Seconds to Mars style. Closer to the edge. Rihanna, let's have you take up your patented firing position. Your I'm unlikely to move for the rest of the mission position. Although in this case, that's not necessarily true. Rihanna is sort of likely to move in this particular mission. She will not have a line of fire down that alley. That's somewhat unfortunate. Let's... Something I don't normally do, going to take 2 moves with Rihanna, and then if necessary, we can always have her fly on top of the roof and just sort of do her thing for the rest of the mission from the rooftops. Ashley Olsen going to fall over in a little bit of support position. We'll come back to Ashley in a minute. I do want to get a battle scanner, if somebody would be so kind, up in this area. We'd like to check out this alleyway. If somebody could throw one up and over, that'd be quite nice.
Location confirmed.
That someone is not going to be Shia McBeef LaBouffe.
Heading there now.
The Beef, not yet quite buff enough to throw a battle scanner and also make a long, long run. Fortunately, no, don't throw an alien grenade there, Jesse. We need a battle scanner. What are you, Kristen Stewart, suddenly? Yeah, why don't you go long? Man, look at the arm on Uncle Jesse here. This is quite a hurl.
Scanning target area.
You know, when your XCOM career is over, Jesse, have you ever considered perhaps pitching in the major leagues? I think you have a bright future in that particular regard, sir. Does Rihanna have a shot? Rihanna may have a shot. Okay, Rihanna does not have a shot because she double moved. Otherwise, Rihanna would probably have a shot.
I'm on the move.
We're going to double move with Ashley Olsen as well. And that's it for Team XCOM. Let's see how the aliens react. If they don't move, we can go ahead and plug one with Rihanna. Possibly plug two, since she's got the double tap ability. So I hear mutons. I see sectoids. And it doesn't appear... We got sectoids and a mechtoid over there. Alright, Rihanna's got to have a shot at the sectoid. Right? She does indeed. A flank shot, in fact. So we're going to go ahead and have Rihanna plug that poor little guy right in the skull. I always feel bad about sniping sectoids. I really do. I mean, they're so little, tiny little guys. It makes me feel like a fucking bully, man. Makes me feel like a bully. And so no double tap for Rihanna because she only had one target, which is fine. We're going to bring Ashley Olsen forward. And we're going to do a little bit of, I think, preventive destruction here for Ashley O. We are going to mine the holy living shit out of this just to make sure that we get no alien surprises. So there we go. Ashley going to poop out a nice little mine for us. Anybody who comes out that door is going to get a nice snot box filled with explosive.
Moving out.
A little bit of snoot load of high explosive ordnance. We're going to do some double moving here since we have, well, effectively no other targets and nothing else to do. We're going to try and set up a little bit of a door kick, I think. Tay Groovy Diggs, you are so desperately slow, sir. Why don't you move up there? And a big gun's gun. You're quick enough to potentially contribute something if anything that comes out of that door. You could go ahead and maybe get some Overwatch shots for us. That's fine. We're going to have Sir Sidney backing you up very slightly from a safe distance. Think cover behind that dumpster. And McBeef going to hag himself a little bit of corner cover. And I think the time is right for McBeef to throw a little Psy inspiration. So we're just going to do a little bit of inspiring cheer here for Sir Sidney and McBeef. Sir Sidney and McBeef now completely buffed. So the beef has buffed. We've buffed the beef. Sounds like another mechtoid is making that noise. Also, there's a muton somewhere down that alley, so we're going to keep an eye out on that. Our friendly neighborhood mechtoid has decided to move. That has to be a double move.
Watch the flank. Cover my flank.
They're flanking us.
Nope. Okay, so an unexpected 7 damage from our mechtoid friend who has quite aggressively dashed right through our proximity mine. We did, of course, get some cheap damage on it. I want to see if this guy has reactive sensors, because if he does, we can't really afford to take this shot. He does not. Alright, so no reactive sensors then. I think we'll probably just rip this poor gentleman a nice new bunghole. Once we get some troopers out of the way, that is. Let's have Tay Groovy Diggs take up position here. We'll come back to you in a moment, Groovemeister. I'm surprised they didn't shoot Tay Diggs, actually. Tay Diggs has less armor. Seems like he would have been the wiser choice in the who to shoot department. Oh well, I'm never going to complain that the aliens make mistakes. I can't imagine Paris Hilton is going to miss a pair of point-blank shots. She, in fact, did not. You know, these things, you've got to be kidding me. She did 4 fucking damage? How the hell does that work? She did 4 damage, and some of that was shred damage. Well, I'm glad we didn't do anything with Tay Groovy Diggs, because, as strange as this may sound, I think we're going to need Tay Groovy Diggs to panic the fucking enemy. Seven damage. How did Paris Hilton double hitting with the Plasma Nova gun at like 2 feet from the target? How did she do less damage than Jesse James with a Plasma Carbine? Not sure how that's possible. We have to panic this guy. Otherwise, Paris Hilton is likely to take another blast, and I don't really think we can afford to have Paris taking any more shots to the face. She's probably reached her monthly quota in that department. McBeef, I guess you can go help out against the mechtoid? Nope, because you can't see him. Alright then. Well, try and get to a place where you'll be able to eventually get a shot at him. Rihanna, I'd like to get you over to this rooftop. I sincerely feel this would be the best use of your time. And we do want to try and conserve some of your fuel, so let's get you down on the ground, young lady.
Visual on the
There we
grid.
go. Rihanna,
Touching
once
down.
again, safely on terra firma, except not at all on terra firma and not necessarily safe.
Heading out.
Pick Ashley O, scout down this alley a bit. Ashley, what do you got? Anything? Like a whole lot of nothing to me. I'm gonna put you on Overwatch.
Covering now.
Big guns, why don't you head to the corner and peek around for us? Actually, why don't you do more than peek big guns? You don't really have a shot at anything useful, so let's say you flick a battle scanner down here and see if we can get eyes on any additional enemies.
Scanning.
And a big gun's gun living up to the scout motto, which is look at stuff and report back. Not a whole hell of a lot to see and or report in that particular case, however. Sir Sydney could run and gun and get some shots. I'm not necessarily sure that's the best use of Sir Sydney's time. We're just going to save his cooldown. After all, this mech trooper is panicked here. We don't really have anything to worry about. It can't hunker down, but it can't really do anything either. If he tries to move, we could get a free shot with Sir Sydney. He probably has close quarters combat ability. Doesn't look like that's in the cards. So we've got a cyber disc on the scene. Interesting. Drone as well. If we could get Rihanna to that corner, we could theoretically get a shot. Ashley Olsen taking a poke at one of these sectoids. Ashley has fired well wide of the target. That's alright, Ashley. He's a sectoid and he's moving laterally. That's got to be kind of a tough shot. He's a small target and he was moving side to side. That's going to increase the difficulty some. So we're willing to cut Ashley a tiny bit of slack there. What do we got here? Jesse James. Alright, Tay Groovy Diggs. Since, for whatever reason, Paris Hilton refuses to do damage. Now, you gotta be careful with this shot, Tay Diggs. You put that right by Jesse James's face. I gotta say, look, it looks like his fucking mustache got scorched by the shot. That's some rather careless risk you're taking with the life of your fellow trooper. I'm not entirely sure that was fully justified, sir.
I'm all over it.
We're gonna have Jesse James. Do we have somebody who actually needs EXP here? McBeef is a Master Sergeant, I think. Yeah, he is. Paris, Master Sergeant. Rihanna, definitely Master Sergeant. Ashley Big... Okay, so Ashley Olsen is the only person who legitimately needs experience. Probably not worth bothering to have Ashley run in there. We're just going to have her take a crack at that sectoid, and then we'll have her go on Overwatch.
On Overwatch. Target destroyed.
So it doesn't really matter who kills this guy. I was just trying to figure out if there was perhaps like an ideal... Oh, you know what? And a Big Gun's gun doesn't need experience. Well, let's have Big Guns take the kill, then.
Heading to that location.
Big Guns can wrap around the corner. And we'll have her shoot this gentleman in the back then. There we go. Everybody wins. Except for possibly Paris Hilton, who may have took damage from the explosion. She did not. And speaking of Paris Hilton, let's get Paris patched up. Now, we do know we have some more action over in this vicinity, so I'm just going to start moving troopers that way.
On it, Commander.
Sort of get them set up for the next turn. Rihanna... We know where the trouble spots are. I mean, we have kind of an oily T-zone. Let's get you moved over to that meld canister. This should not crack the pod. No, I didn't expect it to. That's fine. That'll be a good setup move. Paris Porno Hilton can't get right quite where we need her, so we're just going to get her as close as we can. And then we're going to have Shia McBeef LaBouffe take position
Rolling out.
behind Paris. We would like to have him patch her up if possible. I gotta say, the distortion field should be something of a giveaway for the aliens,
Yes, sir.
since it bleeds through walls and has a very visible psionic effect. It seems like the aliens should sort of get the hint that maybe XCOM is on the approach. Possibly not our best tactical decision. We've got Muton elites and other Mutons crawling up our B-hole.
X-rays.
That is not good, although they have taken cover in what is frankly a terrible spot. Rihanna's going to miss out on the meld canister by one turn. Indeed she is. That is a nice slice of bullshit right there. Alright, Jesse James. You're actually in an okay position for us, Jesse. Can you take cover behind this ATM? You can.
Got it covered.
Alright, so Jesse James is going to do some nice work for us here. He's going to take cover behind the ATM. I'm going to have him lob a grenade out this window and just destroy these fine young gentlemen's cover.
Eat this.
Fine Young Gentlemen, of course, a tribute band to the 5 Young Cannibals. Or 5 Young Cannibals? Fine Young Cannibals? I don't know, 5 Young Cannibals actually kind of has a better sling to it. You know, I think 5 Young Cannibals would be a better tribute band as well. So, you know, if you're looking to be a 80s tribute band to a band that wasn't particularly good in the first place, consider becoming a Fine Young Cannibals tribute. I really wish there was somewhere Sir Sydney could get a little bit of cover there. That would be ideal. Doesn't look like that's meant to be, however. So I think we'll have Paris Porno Hilton take cover and take a shot. 254%, 141%. And this is after we've destroyed the enemy's cover, folks. Alright then. Well, I don't think we'll go for the rapid... Well, should we go for the rapid fire? You know what? I'm going to conserve a little ammo. Just do one single shot here. That's 10 points of damage and a shred plus hollow targeting. Not unreasonable.
Copy that.
We'll bring Anna Big Gun's gun up and see if she can maybe do a nice little bit of follow-up work for us here. Anna Big Gun's gun with, frankly, abysmal hit percentages. Just terrible. Rihanna could contribute. Sir Sydney also in a position to contribute. Tay Groovy Diggs not really in a position to contribute without badly exposing himself, and then should we fail to get the kill, a feeling that would not work out too well for Tay Groovy Diggs. Let's, you know what? I'm going to chance it anyway. We're going to bring Tay over here. Tay has no cover. He can see two of the enemy. Reasonable hit percentages. I think it's worth the risk. We're going to go ahead and take it. Tay Diggs may have just signed his own fucking death warrant then.
Not good.
Yeah, I concur, Tay. Like I said, you may have just signed your own death warrant. That, you know, was not hyperbole, sir. That may, in fact, be what you have just done.
I'm on the
I can't save you from yourself, Tay Diggs. I'm sorry. I'm only one man. There's only so much I can do. And if you won't hit an almost 70% shot, well then, you can't be trusted with your own life. Clearly, you have some kind of... Oh, Ashley Olsen can't quite get it far enough. So that leaves us with Anna Big Gun's gun, Shia McBeef, LaBouffe. Rihanna could, frankly, contribute to this situation, but mostly what she would contribute is another pod spawning and one probably not good shot. We could run Sir Sydney up, but he's only going to get one shot. It would likely hit. Problem is, I think that's going to also spawn a pod for us, because, of course, Cyberdisc right fucking there. Alright, Big Guns. Big Guns does not have... How many... This is troublesome. Alright, here's what we're going to do. First things first. Anna Big Gun's gun is not going to be able to hit. So we're going to have her throw a nice little chemical grenade for us. Going to lower some of the armor. So in the event that we do get some hits here, we do generate kills. Then it's going to be up to McBeef. McBeef actually is going to have a fairly tough gig here. We need him to come... Oh, he could panic one. It's intriguing. What's your hit percent like, McBeef? Frankly, not good. Also, a panic could potentially set up a capture for us, which would be quite useful. And that would mean that all Sir Sydney would have to do is kill one muton. So, we're going to have to set it up that way. We're going for the panic. So we have a panicked elite in an acid cloud. That guy is not going anywhere. Really would like to get Rihanna in on this shit, but the opportunity just does not exist. We're going to have to rely on Sir Sydney to do some quality work for us. Alright, Sir Sydney, this one's all you, buddy. 53%. This is something of a gamble, but it has to be done, sir. That's not good. Alright then, we're going to have to count on Rihanna. She's literally our last bullet. The last round in a chamber. Can she do it without triggering the drone? Somehow, the answer is yes. She can indeed. Alright, Rihanna, time to save the day. 55% is not good, but if we go for the disabling shot, it's actually going to have a worse chance to hit. Somebody do something! Ah, that's why Rihanna is a fucking commander right there. That's a beautiful, beautiful throughput right there, Rihanna. Nicely done. Nicely done indeed. So all that leaves us with then is just one panicked muton elite who I kind of like our odds of capturing.
I'm on my way.
We're just gonna move a bit here, and that'll be enemy turn. This guy should hunker down, if anything. I mean, he is in acid. He's also panicked. I don't know what else he could possibly do. Alright, looks like he did hunker down. Our drone and Cyberdisc friend are going to remain right where they're at, not doing anything. Some of the building has burned down around us. Not necessarily a problem. Alright then. So we do have Sir Sydney in a fine position to go for the capture, and if necessary, Sir Sydney can stand in this acid. His armor would allow him to do that. The question is, will we have any cover at all from the Cyberdisc? The answer to that question, unfortunately, is no. It is a loud and resounding no. So the tool pusher is going to trigger that pod. Now, if we're going to trigger that cyber disc, honestly, I think I would prefer to trigger it with Ashley Olsen. So let's have Ashley... Let's have her do a little dangerous work for her.
Moving out.
She's going to go into unexplored territory. Ashley also quick enough if we need her to. She can retreat if the opposition in here is a little bit more powerful than we expect. Does not appear that that's going to be the situation, however. This looks like well within Ashley's grasp. In fact, we are one tile short of hitting that cyber disc with an electro pulse. That sucks. That's okay, though. We can still do some fine work. We're going to pin a proximity mine to the cyber disc.
Mine
Bonk.
deployed.
So we've stuck that on what I believe is his tail. Appears to be his tail. Don't really need Rihanna here. What we need, actually, is, yes, Jesse James over here to do some grenade work for us. Now, there is another drone over here. We're aware of its presence and not perturbed by said presence. Jesse's going to open this door and hopefully fling a grenade around this corner. Ideally, one that does not also hit Ashley Olsen would be preferable. Looks like that's about the best angle we're going to get. It'll have to do. Let's hope the proximity mine does some fine work for us, as well as Jesse's Heat Warhead's grenade here. Not amazing output, but acceptable output. Would like to get a capture on that guy, if possible. Don't think Paris Hilton is going to have much to bring to the table. Also, we can let that guy sort of chill out for a moment if the need arises. We can let him rather cool his heels. And I think what we're going to do here, yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go full-on fucking science assault on these bitches right here. Sir Sidney does have lightning reflexes, so we can draw the overwatch of this cyber disc. And when I say we're going full-on science, Sir Sidney is going to take the death... This is the death overlap portion of the nice little Venn diagram we've got going here. And we are going to move Sir Sidney into the deadly portion of that Venn diagram so that he may deliver as much death as humanly possible. We're maximizing the butt-fuck a drone and shoot a cyber disc in the face. We're taking the overlap portion of the diagram there. Definitely could kill the drone. With a critical, which honestly, let's face it, at 70% is fairly likely. We got a good chance of killing the disc as well. Now, the disc is down. Sidney may take a little splash damage here. He did, in fact. 3 damage. That's not really a problem for a man as stalwart as Sir Sidney. He's going to finish off that drone also. McBeef here is going to execute his healing mandate, patch up the beleaguered Paris Hilton.
Good as new.
Paris has seen better days, so we're going to touch her up just a titch there. Rihanna, I'd really like you to take a shot at that drone if you can get a shot at the drone. Rihanna with a 73% chance at the drone. I'm comfortable with her abilities there.
Missed the target.
Yeah, you know what, game? You can say that was a miss all you want, but clearly that bullet intersected that man's body. So, I'm going to say fuck you. Yeah, just a nice little bit of fuck you. Because fuck you. So Anna Big Gun's gun is, she would kill that, almost certainly. Let's have her go try and deal with this recalcitrant drone, since the game decided, for whatever reason, that we didn't actually hit it. That is not a good shot from Anna Big Gun's gun. Paris Hilton could, frankly, only murder something we don't necessarily want murdered. That's about all she's going to bring to the table.
Moving.
Also, we moved one of our 2 capture units further away from the thing we were hoping to murder. That was also probably not wisely done. Let's just have Paris Hilton reload then. Tay Diggs is definitively not going to have enough foot speed to get himself outside. I think we'd honestly be better off putting her on Overwatch. We can force the enemy to just stay put and shoot at us otherwise. And Tay Diggs is going to go for a little Psychic EXP by mind-fraying this elite. He's also going to reduce its health to the point where we can begin making capture efforts. 2 damage from Tay Diggs on the mind fray. Powerful mental abilities from the Digger.
They're starting to lose
I really like Digger as a nickname for Tay Diggs. Tay Digger Diggs. Really quite like that. Yeah, I was going to say, Anna Gunn should be taking an Overwatch shot, which connected. So it turns out that was the right move. I know that sort of, even to myself, seemed somewhat ridiculous as far as plans go from the beginning of the turn, but can't argue with the results at all. Alright, so we've got, I think, 1 turn to capture this chump. Now, he should be panicked for 1 more turn, actually. So let's get Big Guns over here. She's set up. I'm tempted to actually panic it again. I don't think you can panic something that's already panicked, though. That's the problem.
Headed there now.
Tay Diggs could crack it with his pistol, and that's actually what we're going to do, because that guy regenerated too. Tay? Alright. No, that's fine, Tay Diggs. If that's how you want to go. Can't really stop you, I guess. So we need Sir Sidney close enough that next turn he can get in there with a little bit of arc thrower. We also have to reduce this thing's health. I can't help but notice it's extremely hard to hit. 3 damage there from Sir Sidney. We've got to get this guy kind of beaten down. We're going to move very slightly with old McBeef here, and then we're going to have McBeef doesn't have Mind Fray. We're going to have him take a pistol shot also, which missed.
Damn it, missed the target.
Yeah, we all noticed. We all saw. Paris Hilton, why don't you get in full cover just in case that guy comes out. We're going to put Paris on Overwatch just as just to be abundantly cautious. We're going to bring the Tool Pusher around. Tool Pusher does have Mind Fray, which we are going to make use of. In the event that this guy gets unpanicked this turn, we want him to have as many penalties as we can pile on him, because Anna Big Gun's gun is in a fairly desperate position. I don't think Rihanna's pistol will even go that far. Actually, not a terrible. Man, we'll take it. Why not? That's alright, Rihanna. That was a challenging shot. You can double tap with a pistol, Rihanna? That seems somewhat ridiculous, but I'll take the chance. Hey, Rihanna delivers! She just needed that first one to get her sights in, apparently. That's all she was looking for. And we're going to go Overwatch then for Ashley Olsen. If this guy unpanics this turn and makes a break for it, I would like him killed. Looks like he may be hunkering because of the acid, but, alright then. So, the alien choosing suicide over capture, and, well, them's the breaks, folks. Our luck with the Muton Elite continues to be abjectly terrible. We have, just the worst time with those guys. Just the worst time. Alright then, can we even still get on the roof? Nope, because that ladder has burned. So I guess we're going to engage flight mode then for Rihanna. Let's get Rihanna up on the rooftops quick, quick, quick. She can play some chimney sounds like old Saint Nick. Now, I have to say, if it was Christmas Eve and my chances were to have Rihanna on my chimney or coming down my roof, I'm not sure I would be fully cool with that. The liability issues, for one thing. And, you know, Rihanna lacking the magic of Santa Claus seems like she would most certainly injure herself on my rooftop. And, you know, my homeowner's premiums, I feel, are high enough without Rihanna fucking around on my roof and causing me a bunch of settlement issues. I mean, she is a fairly serious celebrity. I gotta imagine the negligence settlement for Miss Rihanna would probably be pretty goddamn pricey. So, just gonna come out front and say it. Rihanna, if you ever plan on getting on my roof on a Christmas Eve night, fucking don't. Just stay the hell off of my roof. Actually, that pretty much goes for anyone. Anybody, you know, if you're thinking about getting on my rooftop for some reason, unless it's to get like a frisbee or perhaps a cat or a football, some other object that commonly might get stuck on a rooftop, just stay the fuck off my roof. This is a dangerous move. I have to feel that most of the stiff resistance on this mission has already been dealt with, however, so I'm comfortable giving Sydney a little bit more dangerous task than we would ordinarily give him. Double move here for McBeef to get some distortion field on a few of our troopers who don't have exactly the best cover in the universe. And we're going to put old Jesse James in some corner cover and get ready to have him open this door. Audio clue? I hear drones. Curious what might be sort of running in tandem with those drones. Could be another Cyberdisk, I suppose. Sir Sidney, gonna fetch us a little bit of meld. It's been a while since Sir Sidney's had an opportunity to grab some meld canister. He's gonna reload. And I think what we're gonna do here is steal a page from the,
Yes, sir.
steal a page from the Twin Peaks handbook, and what we're gonna do here is gonna be both confusing and somewhat unexciting for any potential viewers. Sorry if you're a Twin Peaks fan, but personally I found that show to be kind of boring. Mostly it was just Kyle MacLachlan sitting in a cafe talking about how awesome pie and coffee is. And he's not wrong. I mean, pie and coffee, pretty damn sweet. I'm not a huge coffee drinker myself, but fuck it, you give me a pie and I will destroy it. Never met a pie I didn't like. I'm basically the Will Rogers of pie. Never met a pie I didn't like. I mean, I'll eat them all. Rhubarb, don't care, mincemeat, whatever, all of it's good. You give me a pie,
Yes, Commander.
it's going in my face. It's just gonna. The word pie hole never been more appropriately used than to describe my mouth.
I don't think we're alone out here.
But still, Twin Peaks, kinda dull. Oh, holy shit!
Hostile
Okay, so that's a problem then. We have a massive sectopod.
They're flanking my position.
Yeah, they sure as hell are, Sir Sidney. I think maybe you should get the fuck out of Dodge, sir. Also, I'm trying to figure out how we should approach fighting that guy. Well, clearly we need Sir Sidney to move first. His lightning reflexes is going to have to come into play on this one. Although he didn't actually draw the Overwatch, which is... Why can Sir Sidney not reload? Because he has a pistol out, that's why. Yeah. Why don't you get a big gun, actually, and reload that, sir? This is problematic. So we need heavy hitters, and we, unfortunately, do not have a gunner with heat ammo. That is more than a little bit of a problem.
Location confirmed.
So I think our best bet to approach this guy, we have actually fought one of these giant sectopods on this map before, and the way that we did it and enjoyed some success last time was
That's affirmative.
we just got everybody up on a fucking rooftop, and there wasn't anything the big bastard could really do to us while we were on the roof, and I don't see any reason to just not repeat that strategy. So we're going to have Ashley Olsen kick on her jet boots. And unlike last time when we were forced into this situation, we have a mech who can take advantage of the rooftops. So we're going to have old Ashley jump up there with her jet boot module.
I'm on it.
She's ready.
On Overwatch.
Well, Overwatch. Actually, probably should have had big guns throw a battle scanner for us there. Might have been the better choice. That's okay, though. We'll have to make do. We're going to put Rihanna on Overwatch. If the sectoid should happen to come around the corner, we'll be ready to have her deliver some damage. McBeef, buddy, there is really nowhere safe for you to be, is there? Why don't you just come up into a healing position in a sort of safety net? Jesse James, we want you up front. We're probably going to have you lob some of those heat warhead grenades you love so much at our foe. Primary concern, honestly, on this bit with the sectopod, this may sound like something of a strange tactic, but the drones really are going to be the primary targets. We want to kill the drones. One, they can spot for the sectopod so that it can use its missile ability. Two, should we damage the sectopod, they will fucking repair it. So we're going to have to do a little bit of sticking and moving here as we kill this drone.
To that location.
Gonna bring big guns up here. Big guns now, unfortunately, in a very bad spot. That's problematic. So let's take advantage of our squad site while we've got it. Let's see if we can get Rihanna. She has a shot at the drone. Should have 2 shots, technically, if the first one misses. But it doesn't look like the first one's going to miss.
No longer a threat.
So Rihanna has drilled the drone. That's fine. We're going to take advantage of some line-of-sight bullshittery. Hey, Team Enemy wants to use it on us. By God, we're going to use it on Team Enemy. You cannot throw... Seriously, you got to be kidding me, Ashley Olsen. Ashley Olsen cannot throw a proximity mine far enough to do anything useful. Little upset by that. We're going to have Anna Big Gun's gun move. We actually don't want her in a place where she can see the enemy. Tay Diggs, likewise, should probably also consider moving. Let's bring Tay Diggs over here.
Stepping off.
Wouldn't mind having Tay Diggs get a chance to reload as well, but it doesn't seem like it's in the cards for Tay. Sir Sidney, there's not a lot you can do, buddy.
Got it.
We'll get you over here in a position where if we need you, you can dash around the corner. We're going to put you on Overwatch as well, just in case there's a drone in the vicinity, and I have a feeling there's probably a drone somewhere in one of the vicinities, so...
Got it.
McBeef going to reposition. We'll put him on Overwatch. Tool Pusher, let's get you up here. Although this may not be the cleverest move in the history of moves. The reason for that being, of course, the enemy sort of knows where you are. Let's throw a grenade there. This is a bit of an exploratory grenade. 3 damage on his 6 armor. And based on what happened with our Muton friend, I'm now quite angry at myself for having used that chemical grenade. Because 1, it cost us a fucking capture attempt, and 2, we now don't have it to throw at this big giant bastard when we could honestly use it. I was expecting that fully, and I think everybody got clear except for possibly Tay Groovy Diggs. And the sectopod is down a massive 1 health. Nope, everybody got clear. Alright, well that worked out okay then. Big guns, why don't you deploy a battle scanner so we know precisely where that sectopod is. And a big gun's gun, once again adhering to the scout moniker, which is peep and report. She's real good at that. Gotta give her credit. Credit where credit's due, Anna Big Gun's gun. You're good at the peep and report. Tay Diggs, you get a real gun out if you would, and then just reload for us. You can go on Overwatch.
Covering now.
Sort of trying to figure out how I want to engineer our assault. Probably gonna do quite a bit of overwatching here.
Hauling ass.
We cannot panic a sectopod. Robots are immune. We could mind fray it. Not necessarily sure that's the most ingenious idea in the history of ideas. We are going to throw another grenade here.
Frag out.
Well, there we go. Frag out. The tool pusher. Pushing some tools. I gotta say, that guy's armor total is making a joke of the grenades. Would love to get Rihanna in a position where she could offer something. I think we could do that, actually. We could sprint and have Rihanna just fire down the street. Let's see if we can make that happen. And then we'll go for just a big one-turn push. Ashley Olsen, I want you on Overwatch, actually. But
Headed there now.
I also would like you to be close enough where you could maybe hit that guy with a proximity mine. Alright, well, you can make that happen, so do it. And then next turn, you can flop a grenade out there as well.
Position. Watch your step.
You and Jesse James can go tandem on the grenades. We need Paris Hilton a little bit closer to the action if we want her to contribute. We're going to move Paris forward. Paris hauling ass. And the sectopod is going to make our job slightly easier by... Yeah. So this is exactly the same thing we did to this poor bastard last time. We just, frankly, abused him. So we can take advantage of Rihanna and her squad side ability here, I believe. Rihanna? Assuming we can select Rihanna. We need to get her very far away, but also...
Running.
in sight of the enemy. This should qualify. Rihanna has no cover. Now, she does have a squad sight shot, however. Which is fine. Are we in the ideal position? Not really. Not until Rihanna has a chance to go. So, we're going to overwatch around the horn. McBeef, why don't you come up here, buddy? You can overwatch as well. Tool Pusher, Ashley Olsen, Paris Hilton. Everybody else is basically right where they need to be. Let's see how Johnny Sectopod here. Yeah, he's as confused as ever. Once again, the aliens having a problem not realizing that the Ed 209 version of the robot is entirely suboptimal. The Ed 209, of course, not able to climb stairs, and this bot, unfortunately, suffering the precise same fault, cannot climb stairs, and therefore is badly outgunned by any enemy with even the slightest bit of vertical ability. Paris Hilton, we're going to need you to shred this big bastard. Hopefully you'll be able to see him from there. You can indeed. Alright. So, 2 can't miss shots. Neither one is likely to critical, but we are going to hit and shred. Also hollow target him. I gotta say, the 3 damage and the 2 damage after the shred. Oh, shit. Well, that's a problem. Yeah, that's a very serious problem. 10 damage and Paris Hilton is now badly exposed. She has no sort of cover. I honestly don't think we're going to be able to do enough damage to, here to really get the job done. On the plus side, his reactive sensor shot is sort of out of the equation. 2 damage from Rihanna. Man, this guy's armor is absolutely insane. We haven't even done visible damage to his health yet. This is a serious problem, folks. A very serious problem. I think what we're going to have to do is make Ashley Olsen the attractive nuisance.
Heading out.
Or are we? Ashley Olsen, make me the proudest papa of all time. This Electropulse disables him. You are definitively the MVP of this mission. Make me happy, Ashley. Oh, that was fucking huge. Oh, Ashley Olsen. Oh, my love for you. Oh, it is a grand love. It's taken its toll on me. I know you've heard this many times before, Ashley Olsen, but oh, I am so desperately in love with you now. So very, very much in love. Sir Sidney putting in what is honestly actually quite a bit of damage considering the health total of our friendly neighborhood sectopod here. We cannot mind fray it, of course, as it is a robot. It's still immune. So let's get Jesse James down into a position where he's going to be able to get some fire next turn. We're going to need the whole team shooting at it on the turn it's disabled. So unless you have a shot this turn as well, you better make sure you're also going to have a shot next turn. And a big gun's gun does indeed have a shot. Wow, 1 damage with the reflex cannon. That is not impressive. Not at all. We need Tay Groovy Diggs in a spot where he can fire twice. So we're going to move him to there. And I think probably... You know what? We're going to have McBeef ready for the heal. I really don't think we're going to be able to do that much damage to him in a single turn. I honestly don't. A lot of it's going to depend on Paris Porno Hilton here. The question is, can he get reactive targeting, or reactive sensors rather, while disabled? My guess is, even though he should not be able to, that he absolutely will be able to. So we're going to start things off with Rihanna, who has but a single shot and did but 3 damage. That is not impressive. Ashley Olsen. Ashley's going to be here. She's not going anywhere. 4 damage and a shred. Still 7 armor. Good god damn this thing. Yeah, so there's the reactive sensors. We expected that. Also, it missed Ashley Olsen, which is fantastic. So we're going to have to fall back. We're going to have to do a little bit of a dipsy doodle here. We are just simply not getting enough aggregate damage that we can leave troopers in the vicinity of this giant monster. We got to get our troopers a position where they can fire and also have some sort of at least rudimentary cover. Probably going to have McBuff heal. Tay Diggs. Tay Diggs does not have the world's greatest armor. Is there anywhere Tay can get some kind of cover and also have a shot? Yes.
Okay.
But Tay Diggs is going to jump down. This seems, frankly, somewhat suicidal. Tay is in cover, though. We'll have him take a shot. That was actually quite big, Tay Diggs. That damage helped quite a bit. Sir Sydney is going to take 1 shot, and then Sir Sydney is going to fall back because we don't want, again, we want no troopers standing just right next to this thing with no sort of cover. So we're going to move Sir Sydney back. Now, granted, this half cover is not exactly impressive, but with a 99% chance to still contribute some damage, we're going to let Sir Sydney do his thing. McBeef can't even see the enemy from where he's at, and I, for one, am fully comfortable with McBeef not being able to see the enemy. We're going to have him patch up the wounded Paris Hilton. Jesse Tool Pusher James, frankly, could probably do more damage with a grenade than anything else, but we can't afford to damage Ashley Olsen, so we're just going to have Jesse take a 3 damage poke with that plasma rifle of his. And then, wow.
Heading out.
This is very risky. I'm almost certain, and by almost certain, I mean entirely certain, Paris Hilton is not going to get the kill here. This will not kill this enemy. Yeah, it's going to do like 6 damage. 5 damage, actually. But it should... Oh, and a big gun's gun. You are in a woeful spot, my dear. You've got to move. So we got to have the big guns go. If this enemy would blow up either one of these cars, we would be completely effed. Fortunately, I think it's probably just going to turn around and shoot at Ashley Olsen. Which is... Oh, wow. 3 damage on an 18 damage shot. 15 of that absorbed. And I'm very glad we healed Paris Hilton. Or am I? I can't tell what this thing is doing. What it didn't do anything. Is that because it was disabled? It must be because it was disabled. So Sir Sydney's out of ammo. Alright, well, we win then. Ashley Olsen, in true fantastic fashion, the MVP of this mission. She is the reason we're going to come through this unscathed, folks. Ashley's going to get us the win. Another reactive sensor shot, which Ashley can take if she has to. Yep, that's fine. Ashley can take it. She's tough. Taking it on the chin. Not even panicking. Ashley totally in control of this entire situation. Gonna put 4 more damage into it. And if anybody is going to get the kill on this, we would like it to be Anna Big Gun's gun. Let's see if she can do 3 damage with the reflex cannon. Nope. That was a critical, and that did 1 damage. So it's going to be Tay Groovy Diggs then with the final blow. And that car exploded, of course. And a Big Gun's gun paying the price for her heroics. But honestly, Operation Defiant Jester, I really feel that went pretty well, despite the facts and evidence, and that it didn't look great. But we're not in this for fucking style. We're in this shit for the win. I mean, we're not out to impress anyone with our gameplay, because Jesus Christ, if we were trying to impress people with our gameplay, we should hang our heads and go home. This is clearly not impressive. But we did get the win, and that's what counts. I'll win sloppy, I don't care. I'll take a triple bank shot that goes into the pocket I didn't call, as long as the ball drops. I don't give a shit.
Our troops are making it look easy out there. Let's hope they don't get too cocky.
Bradford, how drunk are you, sir? You think that was making it look easy? That was making it look easy. You may be the drunkest you've ever been, Bradford. Although I have to say, nobody got injured, so there is that. Nobody came back hurt. 3 sectoids, Muton Elite, got a Cyberdisk wreck. Sectopod Corpse. Still a little upset that we didn't get the kill on that Muton Elite. I did not expect that it would kill itself with a acid grenade, or that the acid grenade would actually do 2 damage. Thought it would only do 1 at best. Them's the breaks, I suppose. 90 credits for us. Panic by China. Or Panic in China, rather, reduced by 1.
We will be in touch, Commander.
Hollow, meaningless praise from Optimus Prime, who can go fuck right off. But with that taken care of, I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, consider subscribing as well. We'll see you again soon.